The 10 most dangerous hikes in the world. Hiking may appear to be a mild pastime in the realm of extreme sports. If that's the case, perhaps these 10 treks will persuade you otherwise. These perilous paths, which range from steep mountain peaks to scorching desert canyons, routinely put even the most seasoned outdoor enthusiasts to the test and leave many breathless, sometimes for good. So before start, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Hit that like button. It is free for you, does not cost you anything, but it tremendously helps my channel. Number 10. Longs Peak, Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. Longs Peak is one of the world's most renowned 14 ERS, a mountain that rises to a height of 14,000 feet. It is, unsurprisingly, Rocky Mountain National Park's tallest mountain and the one most sought after by hikers and climbers. The Keyhole Path, which is only a genuine trek from July to September, is the most popular route to the top. Because of the snow and ice, climbing the summit throughout the remainder of the year necessitates full mountaineering gear. The Keyhole route, which is 8 miles long and 16 miles round way, is a Class 3 climb. Those who attempt to trek it should prepare to perform a lot of navigating over slick rocks and sheer granite walls, as well as a 5,000-foot elevation gain from the trailhead. Mountain storms can sometimes be a problem. If you don't have any climbing equipment, bring the essentials: food, water, first aid, hiking boots, poncho, and a rope. You won't need a permission to climb this mountain, but you'll need a lot of courage. Number 9. Paintbrush Cascade Canyon Loop, Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. The 19-mile circle, covering 2 mountain valleys, is perhaps the most picturesque trek on this list, but it still requires a lot of hiking grit. The trip starts at just about 7,000 feet above sea level and climbs and descends 3,800 feet in elevation throughout the duration of the hike. Bear country is an understatement. Park rangers recommend carrying a bear belt to keep grizzlies and black bears away from the route. The trail also passes through swamps, meadows, alpine forests, ice fields, and boulder fields. Even in late summer, snow can be seen on some parts of the trail. Trekking poles are suggested in addition to the normal camping equipment. The path may be completed in a day by experienced hikers, but most people will need 2 or 3 days. Grand Teton, like other national parks, needs a permit for overnight camping. Number 8. Rim to Rim, Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona. The Grand Canyon has some of America's most breathtaking landscapes. There are also steep trails and hot desert temperatures to be found here. A rim-to-rim trek is a challenging adventure that includes 24 miles of hiking, elevation fluctuations of over 4,000 feet, and substantial temperature variations. On the rim, temperatures can be as low as 39 degrees and rise to 110 degrees by the time you reach the canyon floor. Then there's the question of which south rim path to take. Choose between the shorter, steeper South Kaibab Trail and the longer, more beautiful Bright Angel Trail, which has experienced more heat-related deaths than any other trail in the park. In any case, it's going to be a scorcher. Due to winter restrictions along the North Rim, a rim-to-rim trek is only possible from mid-May to early November, and hiking aficionados advocate avoiding the months of June, July, and August. You'll need your standard camping gear, as well as lots of water, a water filter or purifier, and protective clothes to protect your skin from the sun for this trek. You'll also need a permit to camp in the canyon overnight. Only the most daring and foolish hikers undertake this journey in a single day. Number 7. Half Dome, Yosemite National Park, California. Half Dome is without a doubt the most difficult walk in a park full of them. During the 16-mile journey, you'll gain over 9,000 feet in elevation, climbing over 4,500 feet. If the difficult path up the granite mountain wasn't dangerous enough, The last 400 feet to the peak involve scaling the dome's slick face using a vertical cable track. In addition, the summit is prone to afternoon thunderstorms, with nearly as many hikers killed by lightning strikes as by falls. The vista from the summit is the only thing more thrilling than the weather. For this climb, you'll need highly gripping shoes, extremely grippy hands, plenty of drink and food, sunscreen, and a cable trail ticket. Permits are awarded by lottery 2 days ahead of time, so apply as soon as possible. The cable trail is only available during the summer months, from mid-May to October, and is subject to weather conditions. Number 6. West Coast Trail, Vancouver Island, Canada. Don't be misled into believing that this hike is like a stroll along the beach. This 48-mile path along the Pacific coast features some of the world's most challenging terrain. At your own risk, walk along the trail's beach sections. A high tide might leave you stranded, or a stray wave could take you out to sea. You'll be climbing down tiny wooden ladders and across huge chasms on decrepit bridges and boardwalks throughout the wooded sections. If you're staying the night at a campground, keep an eye on your meals. Wolves, cougars, and grizzly bears abound on the path. The weather is frequently terrible as well, with inches of rain falling in a matter of hours. This hike has never been completed without an injury. If you plan on hiking here for more than a day, you'll need a whole set of supplies, including food, water, a backpack, a first aid kit, boots, rain gear, bear mace, maps, and a very durable tent. You'll also need to acquire a hiking permit far ahead of time if you plan on staying on the path overnight. Number 5. Wendenstock, Switzerland. The Swiss have created this death-defying trek by covering a steep slope with damp grass. If you make a mistake here, you'll be plummeting hundreds of feet down steep hillsides. The few hikers who took the risk have described it as the most nerve-wracking trekking they've ever done. Hikers should wear footwear with cleats if they want to trek. In addition, the cliffs of Wendenstock provide some of the world's most challenging rock climbing. Only tackle it if you've exhausted all other options for climbing. Number 4. Kalalau Trail, Kauai, Hawaii. This trek to the Napali shoreline is often regarded as one of the most beautiful in the world. It's also among the most perilous. "Don't look down" is the slogan here. The route leads you along 4,000-foot high seaside cliffs above a raging tide. There are no guardrails here to prevent you from falling into the water. There's plenty of slick mud, hairpin bends, and the odd unexpected downpour to keep you on your toes, though. The 11-mile path is easily hiked in a day, and the sunset over the Pacific is spectacular. Just remember to bring your hiking boots, rain gear, and a lot of courage. Of course, those that make it to the summit are rewarded with breathtaking panoramic views of the canyon below. Pack your hiking boots, enough water, and sunscreen if you're feeling courageous enough to go on this desert walk. Number 3. El Caminito del Rey, El Chorro, Spain. The King's Little Pathway, a strong candidate for the world's most perilous climb, began as a network of pathways in the El Chorro Canyon for employees of a local hydroelectric facility. Years of neglect, on the other hand, have reduced these 3-foot-wide walkways to crumbling concrete supported only by rusted beams. Despite the fact that safety wire traverses the length of the 2-mile route, it is far from secure. Prepare to walk over 10-foot-wide gaps in the boardwalk and balance on single beams sticking out 350 feet above the El Chorro River if you go. This walk requires no special equipment, although rock climbing abilities are required. In the future, the Spanish government intends to improve the path to make it safer and more accessible to casual walkers. Number 2. Hua Shan Trail, Weiyun City, China. The path up China's beautiful Mount Huan will have you inching across tiny wooden boards thousands of feet in the air, making it the most crazy hiking experience ever conceived by man. Any blunder here will almost certainly be your last. If you fall, there are no nets or guardrails to catch you. Climbing creaky ladders, clinging to shaky wires, and encountering staircases so vertical. Surprisingly, just a few items are required to complete this walk. In t-shirts and shoes, Chinese college students routinely take on the challenge, which can be completed in less than a day. Warm clothing, grippy gloves, and hiking boots, on the other hand, might be a good idea. Number 1. Angel's Landing, Zion National Park, Utah. This dangerously narrow route is not for the faint of heart. Though the 5-mile trail is well kept and even paved in sections, the last half-mile climbs over 1,400 feet over a slick sandstone spine with hundreds of feet of drop on either side. Several individuals have died in the last decade while attempting to reach the formation's 5,700-foot summit.